You know the feeling, right? You're at home, you're staring at a blank screen, and nothing. The laundry is calling your name, the silence is deafening. But then you pack up your laptop, head to a coffee shop, and suddenly, bam, you are a productivity machine. What is going on there? Well, today we're going to unpack the fascinating science and sociology behind the coffee shop effect.
Yeah, this is the core question, isn't it? At home, you've got your perfect setup, your comfy chair, maybe even total quiet, and yet you end up scrolling through your phone. Then you go to a cafe, surrounded by strangers, the clatter of ceramic, the low hum of chatter, and your focus just locks in. It seems totally backward, but as we're about to see, there are some really powerful psychological and even neurological reasons this happens.
So to really get to the bottom of this, we have to start with a big idea from sociology. See, it's not just about the caffeine. It's about the space itself. It's about finding what's known as the third place.
Okay, so the sociologist Ray Oldenburg had this theory that for a healthy life, we all need 3 different kinds of spaces. Your first place, that's home. It's your private refuge. Your second place is work, which is all about obligation and structure. But the third place, that's the magic one. It's that crucial, informal public space in between, where you're not an employee, you're not a homeowner, you can just be.
And listen, this isn't just some nice idea about finding a place to chill. Oldenburg argued that these third places, the classic barbershops, pubs, general stores, and, coffee shops, they are absolutely essential for a healthy society. They're literally where community is built. And his warning that these spaces are disappearing, well, that makes the role of the modern coffee shop more important than ever.
So let's look at why these places feel so good. It all translates directly into psychological comfort. Take neutral ground, for example. It means you don't have to be a host or a guest. You can just show up and leave whenever you want, no social strings attached. That lowers anxiety right away. And they act as a leveler. Your job title, your status, it all melts away. You're just another person with a laptop, which creates this amazing sense of safety and, believe it or not, community.
Okay, so that's the social vibe. Let's build on that now and get into the really cool part, the science. Because while the feeling of a third place is huge, there's something very specific, very measurable happening inside your brain when you sit down in that cafe.
Think about the contrast. At home, you might have what some people call the screaming silence. It's this oppressive quiet that can actually make you anxious. Plus, your house is just full of distractions, the laundry, the dishes, all these little tasks just begging for your attention. The coffee shop, it's the perfect antidote. It swaps that silence for productive noise, it creates this guilt-free bubble away from your chores, and it offers what researchers call social solitude, that great feeling of being around people without any pressure to actually talk to them.
And that productive ambient noise, it's not just a vague feeling. Get this, scientists have actually pinpointed a magic number. The sweet spot for boosting creative thinking and focus is a moderate level of noise, right around 70 decibels. And guess what? That is the exact background buzz of a typical bustling coffee shop.
This chart shows it perfectly. It's what's known as an inverted U curve. If it's too quiet, like 50 decibels in a library, it's just not stimulating enough for your brain. If it's too loud, say 85 decibels next to a busy road, it's overwhelming. But that 70 decibel sweet spot, it creates just enough of a distraction, a slight processing challenge for your brain, that it actually forces you out of rigid linear thinking and into the more abstract creative state you need to get things done. All right, so we've got the perfect social setting and the ideal soundscape. But there's another layer to this whole thing. The powerful psychological tricks our minds play on us that really supercharge the coffee shop into a productivity powerhouse.
One of the biggest things at play here is a concept called body doubling. It's a fancy term for a simple idea. Just working near other people who are also working gives your brain a powerful cue. It's like your brain looks around and goes, oh, okay, I guess this is what we're doing now. Time to focus. That shared energy makes it so much easier to get over that initial hump of just starting a task. And this behavior map right here is a perfect picture of body doubling in the wild. Look at that. Everyone is in their own little world, focused on their own work. They're not talking, they're not collaborating, but they are absolutely working alone together. That collective hum of quiet focus creates an atmosphere of productivity that is almost impossible to replicate when you're by yourself. And it doesn't stop there. You've also got the audience effect happening. It's like our ancient primate brain kicks in and doesn't want to look like a slacker in front of the tribe, so we unconsciously sit up a little straighter and try to look busy. Then there's social facilitation. Just being around others gives us a tiny little energy boost. And of course, you can't forget loss aversion.
You just spent $6 on that latte. Your brain is not about to let you waste that investment.
This quote from Farouk Alpai just nails it perfectly. That's the real psychology, isn't it? Nobody wants to be that person. So that coffee, it isn't just a drink anymore. It's a productivity ticket. You've made a small financial bet on yourself, and now your brain feels this deep need to make it pay off by actually getting some work done. It's a brilliant, simple mind hack.
So, up to this point, this all sounds amazing. The coffee shop seems like this perfect little haven for focus and community. But we have to look at the other side of the coin. There's a critical twist to this story. We have to ask ourselves, is the community we're feeling really genuine, or is it something else entirely?
The thing about modern life is that those 3 distinct spaces we talked about, our home, our work, our third place, they're all starting to blend together. Our homes have become our offices. Our phones keep us tethered to work 24/7. And as we're about to see, corporations have gotten very, very good at taking over our social spaces and selling them back to us as a perk.
This is where it gets a little dark. Some thinkers argue that the cozy community vibe that we love so much is actually being, well, weaponized. They call it a form of manipulative control. The idea is that companies are creating a carefully engineered illusion of community. And the goal? It's to make us more productive, more loyal, not because a boss is telling us to, but because we feel like we're part of something real and we're making our own choices.
And you can see this community playbook everywhere now. Just think about those giant tech campuses with the free food, the yoga classes, the game rooms. The whole point is to make work feel like a fun, casual community so that you never feel the need to leave. Authenticity and friendship are encouraged, sure, but as one source points out, the bottom line is to increase value for shareholders. It really makes you think of Rousseau's warning that the most effective form of slavery is when the enslaved actually come to love their chains. So this leaves us with one last big provocative question. Is the coffee shop truly one of our last great third places, a genuine haven for community and focus? Or has it accidentally become the perfect training ground for the modern economy, a place where we all learn to be flexible, to be productive, to be always on, blurring those lines between our work and our life, all for the benefit of a system that wants us working all the time? It's definitely something to think about the next time you order that latte.